just got back from working with a new behavioral case that I am incredibly stoked to be working with, because he's an interesting one that his family has kind of like lost a lot of hope in him. His name is Otis. He is a 5-year-old Aussie pit mix that belongs to a friend of mine. She has had him since he was a puppy, and he's got some anxiety issues, which to me, I'm not like as concerned about those, but he also has a major OCD tendency to chase his own tail, to the point that a couple months ago, he chewed off the end of it and it started gushing blood everywhere. And they had to rush him to vet urgent care, and he's still like happy as a clam, wagging his tail and just flinging blood all over the walls. That has been going on for 5 years. It started off as a puppy. I'm sure it very quickly became self-reinforcing, but then just developed into straight up OCD behavior. It doesn't happen constantly. There's a few instances during the day that trigger it, and they don't know what to do. He's been medicated his entire life because that's what the vet recommended, which frustrates the hell out of me because that doesn't fix things. This is where I wish vets got more education from a training perspective, because he still does it. He's been on meds for 5 years and he still does it. So it's clearly not fixing anything. It's even recommended that they schedule an appointment to get his tail amputated, which I can almost guarantee you that wouldn't fix anything either, because even once his tail is gone, he's probably still gonna do the spinning and reaching for something. It's just gonna gravitate towards whatever's left, his rear end, his leg, whatever is within reach. That doesn't make the OCD behavior go away either. It just removes the tail, which is a band-aid on a bullet hole. That doesn't fix the problem. And because that's where the owners, where Ashley and her parents have been for the last 5 years, they've just felt really hopeless, like to the point that they have considered rehoming him, because he's just become so much for them to manage, and they don't know what to do. And they know that they're not really giving him the best life that they can, because it's just completely out of their scope of capabilities, which is why she reached out to me, and I'm so glad she did, because after doing the evaluation, I was like frothing at the mouth. I was like, I can stop the tail chasing, to which she was almost in tears about, but I feel very confident about that. I want to give him the life that he has not had. He's been a zombie for like 5 years because he's been so heavily medicated. He's never really been able to have the life that a dog should have. He doesn't get a ton of exercise. He doesn't really play. I mean, he'll play, but I don't think they play with him to the capacity that he needs. Doesn't play on a regular basis, doesn't get any off-leash freedom, which I like. All three of those things are a must for stopping this, aside from also addressing the actual tail chasing, the OCD. Starting his full shebang training sometime in January, but because I want to get the tail chasing eliminated as quickly as possible, I offered to do a few house calls this week to work with him to address that, so that we can move on with our lives. We can actually stop it instead of medicating him. And then the plan, I would like for them to wean him off of the meds so that he's like his full, true, blank slate self, and we can really go from there. But I am stoked to have this dog. We're going to get him off drugs. We're going to get him stop chasing his tail, and we're going to give him the life that he deserves.